Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and a new video on the Volkswagen Polo. Quite a lot of you reached out to me in the last video about seam sealing around the edges, the wax oil inside, are we sealing it up, etc. And I just wanted to pick up on that before we started the process of flattening this off. So the seam sealer, we do like to get, and it is best practice, get primer over the raw metal before you do the seam sealer. Also, to get the best of the seam sealer and the best finish, we put that on just before it gets painted. So pretty much wet on wet. The other thing I wanted to pick up on, a couple of people said you didn't tin the joints. Why don't you tin the joints? And I did reply to those comments and say, people don't really do that anymore. Only in sort of classic restorations. We use modern body fillers and it just gets much more of a nicer job. Inside the wax oil, people did say as well, you're going to be sealing it up, and it is actually covered in wax oil in there. You can't really see it, but we will be going around after it's painted and just going over all of the joints. Like we'll be wax oiling it inside here where we joined it and right round inside that arch. I know a couple of people as well was worried about bending the arch over after it was painted. Guys, we did fold that before the paint and bodywork started on it. God, I'm getting lost here. The primer. So we're going to get that flatted off and move on. Quite a lot of work there for Chris, flattening off all of that guide coat and getting the panels spot on, but as you can see now, they are perfect and they are pretty much ready. The whole car is ready to go to paint. The rear bumper is all done. This had some minor scratches on the edge of it, but Chris done the whole lot and flattened it all off. We've got the front wing there. He's re-primed that. I think that wasn't a primer on there, Chris, was it? It was just like a protective coating they come with. Yes. The front wing. So he's primed the wing and the bonnet, all the repairs on that, and that's been primed and flatted off as well. So Chris is just putting the driver's seat back in. We're going to seal up that hole just so that no moisture can get inside it, and then we're going to start the process of getting this off the jig. It's actually a few days later now, guys, and we didn't end up recording taking it off the jig. If you did want to see us removing it from the jig, we can probably do a bit of recording on the Peugeot when we pull that off. But it is now back from the paint shop. It's nice as well because we kind of get a lot of it done in one video and it tends not to drag it out over another episode, and we do like to get it done as quick as we can. Also, I've got a new camera. You probably noticed there. I managed to zoom out a little bit standing where I was, so things might be a little bit different until I get used to it, but I'm sure it is definitely for the better. So we're really happy with how it's come out. It's been painted right down this whole side, bonnet, bumper, and the rear bumper as well, and that's sitting there ready to fit up. We got the wing there. We got a new grille for it, upper grille, and the lower grille actually arrived yesterday, because I didn't even realise that was broken, but Chris said it had a little split in it here somewhere and we wanted to get that swapped out. So we've got everything laid out here on the ramp. Chris is going to crack on and get the back end of it done, and I'm going to sort of station myself at the front, and we'll try and capture us both getting this car put back together. The alley wheels, do you know, we'll get on to that in a minute. Let's crack on and get some of this fitted up. Guys, please do let me know what you think of this, like the ending of this video from now on. Like I say, I am checking out this new camera. Me and Chris just watched it back and he said, Rob, that's so much better. So I was just about to flip over and we was going to crack on and do it. And Chris said, you haven't showed the most important bit, what everybody kept mentioning in the comments of the last video. You can see in there, guys, that is smothered. Chris has put loads of Dinatrol wax oil in all of the cavities. And if you see those little holes in the seal, he squirted it all inside there. So that is covered and protected and back to factory. Also, all down that edge, you can see all the seam sealer has been done. And also, it has all been painted up inside there over all of that seam sealer. Before we put that wheel arch liner back in, I did just want to show that that is all done. So that's all sealed and protected. Let's crack on and get this little car put back together. We just cut there for a sec, guys, and have a little bit of an update. You would have seen me at the front there, just piecing that together. We haven't gapped up between the bonnet and the wings yet. We'll have to, Chris stay on one side, I'll stay on the other side, and we'll have a little play with them, and then just get them nipped up. But the front bumper is back on there. You would have seen me crouch down, just checking that the gaps between the bonnet and the headlights is uniform, both sides, because that does kind of stick out. But that grille fits quite nicely. That grille's fitted nicely. I didn't realise we've actually got that one missing, but then that would make sense because the corner of the bumper was missing that side. It's a shame really, because I would have had it ordered and we could have got this completely buttoned up today, but quite reasonably quick to put back together. Again, these little covers here, I'll put them on after we've gapped up the bonnet with the wings. And then round the back, Chris has been cracking on there. Let me just, that's it. Got all the plastics back on, got the carpets back in, back seats, seat belts, the trim there that holds the bumper. So really moving along with it quite fast, and shouldn't be much longer and we'll have it all back together. Really getting there with it now. Pretty much all of the hard work is done on the car. We got all the screws left for the wheel arch liners. We got all the wheel nuts, those two little covers there that go in front of the wing mirrors, and we got to sort the wheels out yet anyway. But guys, there's that quarter panel all fitted, all painted, all done. Let's just shut that door. Perfect. That it really did pay. They didn't do a pattern part for it, so we have managed to, obviously, to find that brand new genuine part on eBay. We've just finished putting the back together. Chris has done all inside there, all in the boot, all the carpet, all the bits and pieces. Just placed all that back together how it should be. We've been round, done all the bolts up on the top end of the bumper, new number plate bolts in there. We are missing the front number plate again. We had so much going on earlier on this year, or when we got this car, and we had a few other projects, I actually didn't even think to order a number plate, so I'll order a set of those for it tonight, and of course that fog light cover. But As the little covers I was just talking about, we've got to pop on, but we want to get the wings set perfect first. That front end looks brilliant. I'm glad that we did go for that new grille with that chrome strip on it, and the chrome strip through there. It all looks nice and bright and looks new. Again, we haven't put the bolts in the front bumper just yet, because now we're going to have to get it up in the air and stick all of those arch liners in. But we'll probably concentrate, just get that bonnet lining up perfect so that we can get underneath, tighten up those bolts for the bumper and get those wheel arch liners fitted. Afternoon, guys, about to put the torch on the camera. So guys, we could not get one of those alley wheels. It was £270, the nearest one I could buy, and I bought these from Kent Auto Salvage for 100 quid. But they do need a refurb. You can see they've got a bit of curbing on the spokes there. That one's got a lot of black scuffs on it, would actually clean up nice. That one there's a scratch. That one there is in lovely condition. Doesn't even need doing. You'd get away with cleaning that up, but it would look odd if we didn't do it. You never do two wheels, they just look silly. And that one there again, they're scratches. So I've spoken to the wheel guy. I'm actually going to leave these on the bottom of my drive, and he's going to collect them on his way home. He's going to do them first thing in the morning so that we can get them back and we get them fitted on that car. I didn't record that bit of it, guys. It would have been a bit tedious. There is so many of these little star drives that hold the wheel arch liners in, but all four of them now, and we have cleaned that bit of red overspray off there as well. All four of them, all in there, all bolted in, lovely. Let's move on. We had a right bit of luck there, guys. I reached out to Perfectly Printed Plates. You would have seen we've used him previously in other videos, and I actually said that we was quite desperate for these. He did them last night straight away, and they was on my doormat this morning when I got up. So thank you very much, and guys, I will put their link in the description. I also managed to find a fog light cover for it, so we've got that on there now. We're just trying, we've got a toe and eye cover. I managed to get one, but it's white, so we're just trying to get, it's not going to be perfect. It's going to have to go to the paint shop, but we have decided that we're probably, I mean, on camera, it probably looks worse. The fuel cap, we're not sure, we don't think he painted it. It doesn't look like it's been painted, but what do you guys think? What does that look like on camera? It actually looks all right now. It's a bit darker, but yesterday when we had the door open, to me it looked slightly off, but we'll see. I'm going to get the rest of them bits on there, and then hopefully the wheels will be back shortly. So there we go, guys. Turned out a lovely little car. Chris is just inside putting all the numbers together for us, because it has been quite a while since we got this one. He's just adding it all up, and we can go inside and crunch the numbers on it. But it's turned out such a lovely little car. I've just pulled it outside, just run the hose over it, get rid of some of the dust off it. I don't want to actually take it and get it valeted yet, because the paint on those wheels, they was literally done 2-3 hours ago, so I don't want to do it. Also, what do you think of that fuel flap? In some angles it looks a bit off, other angles it looks perfect. Sorry, we've got a big gust of wind there. But yeah, we're really happy with it. And it is a very smart, pretty looking little car. Let's get inside and do the most important bit. Let's crunch the numbers. So the most important best bit. It's never important for me and Chris. We do like to read through it and know what we're going to get, but everyone loves the numbers part. And like we've said from day dot, we got nothing to hide. It's all there in black and white, and of course we don't mind sharing it. So that little Polo, what a lovely little car. And it was very, very cheap when we bought it. So let's roll with the numbers. We won that car, and it was videoed live in a previous video for £750. With all the fees, it comes to £982.80p. I went round my local Kent Auto Salvage. We know they look after me. They look after everyone. They're cheap across the board for everybody, but I suppose they do help us out a little bit. So I got the rear beam from there, which were the whole rear axle, the rear bumper, a rear light, plus the little light plastic bit, and the wheel arch liner, £150 for the whole lot. And that got the car mobile and back on the road again. The quarter panel, again, got very, very lucky with that. It was quite far away. Do you remember where that was, Chris? Sorry. It was a long way up though, wasn't it? It was a long way up the country, and they only do them genuine part, and it was at a body shop and they hadn't used it, and he had it on eBay for £150, and I actually bid him 100 for it, best offer, and he accepted it. And then one of our subscribers was sort of in the area. He said, I'll grab that for you. So he grabbed it, and I'll give him a £20 drink for doing that for a bit of dinner. The front grille cost £23 new. The front wing was £26 new. The front bumper was £45 new. These are all insurance approved panels. They're not genuine Volkswagen. The front panel, again, one of our subscribers, he does all the panels from the bumper shops, bumpers, front panels, bits and pieces. And he actually gave us that front panel, and that was in a previous video. The headlights, again, I got very, very lucky with them. £60 plus £20 postage, £80 for the pair. And they was the exact same ones that come out the car. Front grille, lower. That was a last minute thing. I mentioned earlier on in this video, we noticed it had a crack in it. So we had to order a new one, but it come very quick. £16.50. The window, of course, we use Liam. We use him all the time. He is a friend and he does help us out. But of course, he's running a business as well. And he just quickly whipped the window out, stuck it back in, 20 quid he charged us, which was lovely. Spray sealer, primer, welding wire, all that sort of stuff, £50. The wheels, we're a bit gutted we couldn't find one of them wheels, and I know quite a lot of you are going to comment about, is that going to mess up the Speedo? Because I've seen it loads and loads of times. These wheels, believe it or not, are a higher profile tyre than the ones that come off, and the Speedo will be exactly the same, so we've got no worries there at all. And I think you'd agree, those wheels look really good anyway. Yeah, £100 for those wheels. They was a bit scratched up, I showed that earlier on, so we sent them down to the local. There's a local guy down the road, I think he's called C&D or D&C Wheels, and he only refurbs alley wheels. That's all he does. And he charges for like silver or black, £100 a set, and that's brilliant. So we had those done. Number plates, £20. And what have I got here? Fog surround and the cap that I had to whip off and get. You can probably just see, you can there, the cap for the towing eye. We had a bit of red, and Chris has just coloured it up for now. We're going to drop that at the paint shop, that little cap, and get it done. So that was 20 quid. And the paint, again, we got looked after by our new painter, and he is fantastic. The LSE is there at the moment, and we won't be getting that back for a little while yet. But he charged us, looked after us, £400. He's painted the bonnet, bumper, right down this side, and the back bumper. So we got a total of £2,153.50. It's quite a lot of money considering what we paid for it, but it is a very nice car. The insurance payout on that car was £4,830, and that's what they have down as an estimated retail. We never go by that. So we have had a quick look through online, and there's some higher mileage ones starting at around 3.5 grand, and going up, they go all the way up to £5.5 grand. We've decided we're going to ask £3,250 for this car, and that's going to give us a pre-tax profit of £1,096.50p. It's not loads and loads of profit, but we've enjoyed doing it, and I know that all of you enjoyed it. It was the first car at Salvage Rebuilds that we managed to get on the jig for you, so that was quite nice to show. And I know a lot of you really did enjoy the pulling process, and of course we've had other videos since then that you've really enjoyed on the jig as well. So that is going to be the end of the build on the little Volkswagen Polo. As usual, we do hope that you enjoyed it, and if you do, please do give this video a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and follow us on Instagram throughout the day for some little sneak peeks. Hope everybody again has a lovely Christmas and a nice new year. Like, subscribe and share, and we'll see you very, very soon in the next one.